So imagine this. You ask your AI assistant, find me a 3-star hotel near India Gate under 3000 rupees and tell me the weather forecast for tomorrow evening. Well, in order to answer that, the AI needs to search for hotels, filter for price and rating, and find tomorrow's weather. And that's multiple tool, one prompt. So in this video, we'll explore how LLMs can handle multi-step, multi-tool workflows and even dynamically choose the best tool depending upon the user's intent. So until now, we have been focused on calling one tool at a time, and we worked through a project as well. But what if a task needs multiple tools, right? And that's what the multifunction calling basically enables you to. So in the multi, calling functions, and the example which I mentioned now, the model first call search hotels function, right? And then it calls the get weather function, right? And then it combines both, right? It will combine both the result, right? And then reply you properly. Now, this creates a reasoning loop that mirrors human thought. Like, hey, first I need data, right? Then I need a context. And then I'm basically going to respond. So, dynamics tool selection means you don't tell the model which tool to use. You just give it a list of tools and let the model figure it out which tool to pick, what parameters to send, and in what sequence to call them. So for example, if a user says, hey, I'm basically going to convert 1 lakh rupee, right, to US dollar, right, and also calculate the interest over 2 years at 7% interest rate. Well, in this scenario, what GPT might do basically is that GPT will probably do call a currency converter to fetch the current pricing of it. Then they'll basically call the simple interest calculator method, right? Function, and then finally return the final answer response. So when you are basically using LangChain or even like the OpenAI APIs, you register multiple tool functions. Each has a schema like we saw in the earlier videos. Then the agent loop, right, which means like a think step by step, picks the right tool, observe the output, and uses it to move to the next tool. So LangChain basically LangChain has this initialize agent with agent type dot OpenAI underscore function and handles this seamlessly. And we are basically going to create a small project on using these agent calling and then working around. Now in this case, one of the key factor which comes across is guarding against the error, right? So of course, with more tools, comes more complexity. So here's how to stay safe. Well, all the add fallback replies. If the tool fails, the GPT should say, hey, sorry, I couldn't fetch the weather info right now. Or even to validate also all the tool responses, which is like sanitizing the data, add some retry logic, especially for the API calls, and log all actions. So fourth thing that you have to keep in mind, which is add fallback replies. Then we have a validation of all the tool responses, add retry logic, and finally log all the action. So you're not just building a chatbot, you are basically creating an agent system out there. So now your LLM isn't just smart, it's resourceful. You have learned how to handle multiple tool calls, let the AI choose what to do, chain tools dynamically, build a working mini assistant. In the next module, we'll go even deeper, right? We'll also explore the agents, planning, where tools and thoughts come together to complete a long task. We're officially building an LLM systems like a pro. So let's go ahead.